In the late 1960s, America's automotive landscape was ablaze with horsepower fever. Muscle cars dominated the streets, while manufacturers waged war on drag strips nationwide. One company, determined to assert its dominance, had been pushing the limits of performance with each passing year. But in 1969, they were about to unveil a machine that would redefine factory muscle. Born from racing ambitions and forged in the fires of competition, this rare beast was more than just another high-performance variant. Its heart, an all-aluminum big-block V8, was a technological marvel, a race engine barely tamed for the street. With a power-to-weight ratio that could embarrass exotic sports cars, this GM creation was poised to leave its mark on automotive history. Some would call it the ultimate expression of the muscle car era, others a thinly veiled race car with license plates. This is the story of a legend that still captivates enthusiasts today, the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. As the 1960s roared towards their conclusion, the American automotive landscape was a battlefield. Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors were locked in a high-stakes arms race, each vying for supremacy both on the street and at the drag strip. The Mustang had ignited the pony car revolution in 1964, and Chevrolet had answered with the Camaro in 1967. But for Chevrolet, this wasn't enough. They needed something that would not just compete, but dominate. Something that would silence their critics and leave their competitors in awe. The stage was set for the creation of a legend. In the late 1960s, Chevrolet's racing division was pushing the boundaries of engine technology. They had developed an all-aluminum version of their fearsome 427 cubic inch big block V8 for Can-Am racing. This engine, dubbed the ZL1, was a marvel of engineering, as powerful as its iron block counterpart, but significantly lighter. Vince Piggins, Chevrolet's performance guru, saw an opportunity. What if they could put this race-bred engine into a street car? The result would be unlike anything else on the road. Using Chevrolet's central office production order COPO system, typically reserved for fleet vehicles, Piggins found a way to bypass corporate restrictions on engine sizes for smaller cars. The plan was set: build a limited run of Camaros equipped with the ZL1 engine. It would be the ultimate sleeper, a car that looked largely stock but packed the punch of a purpose-built racer. The heart of the ZL1 Camaro was, of course, its engine. The all-aluminum 427 was a technological tour de force. Officially rated at 430 horsepower, insiders knew the real figure was north of 500. The engine featured a forged steel crankshaft, forged aluminum pistons, and a solid lifter camshaft. Its 12.51 compression ratio was astronomical for a street engine, demanding only the highest octane fuel. But the ZL1 wasn't just about raw power. The aluminum construction made it about 100 pounds lighter than the iron block 427, improving the car's weight distribution and handling. This wasn't just a straight-line monster. It was a well-rounded performance machine. While the ZL1 engine was the star, the rest of the car was built to match. The COPO Camaro came equipped with heavy-duty suspension components, larger front disc brakes, and a posi-traction rear end with 4.1 gears. Buyers could choose between a turbo Hydromatic 400 automatic transmission or a Muncie M22 Rock Crusher 4-speed manual. Externally, the ZL1 was a study in understatement. There were no flashy badges or stripes to announce its potency. It was the ultimate sleeper, capable of embarrassing exotic sports cars while looking like a standard Camaro. The ZL1's performance was nothing short of revolutionary for its time. In an era when 15-second quarter miles were considered quick for a production car, the ZL1 could blast through in the low 13-second range, with some dipping into the high 12 seconds. Its top speed was estimated at over 150 miles per hour, supercar territory for 1969. But numbers only tell part of the story. The ZL1 was a visceral experience. The sound of its solid lifter valvetrain, the thrust of its massive V8, and the way it could light up its rear tires at will made it a legend on the street and strip alike. The ZL1 Camaro was never meant for mass production. Initially, only 50 were planned, though demand eventually pushed that number to 69. The low production numbers were partly due to the car's staggering price tag. At $7,200, it cost more than twice as much as a standard Camaro, and was even more expensive than a Corvette. This astronomical price meant that many of the ZL1s went straight to racers who could justify the cost with potential winnings. It also ensured that the ZL1 would remain one of the rarest and most sought-after muscle cars ever produced. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 wasn't just another muscle car, it was a moonshot, a vehicle that represented the absolute pinnacle of what was possible in its era. Born from racing technology and built with a singular focus on performance, it stood head and shoulders above its contemporaries. Was it the quickest car of the late 60s? In terms of raw acceleration, it was certainly among the elite, but the ZL1's legacy goes beyond mere numbers. It was a testament to American engineering, a showcase of what was possible when the gloves came off and performance was the only goal. More than half a century later, the ZL1 continues to captivate enthusiasts. It remains a high-water mark of the muscle car era, a reminder of a time when passion and performance trumped practicality. The 1969 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, a legend then, a legend now, and a legend for all time.